Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs, Doug Upstone coming at you here on a Money Monday. And we're going to get to some Major League Baseball free picks. But before we get to that, you know what you got to do. You're tuning in. You're on the YouTube. You already hit the thumbs up. You're about to leave a comment about the games we're going to talk about today. Asking where Chip is. He's not here today. We'll make jokes about Chip shortly. But comments are open. Like buttons are open. Notification bells on. Baseball free picks. NFL previews have been dropping. We have preseason football this week. We're 2 weeks away from college football. Friday Live will be back. Again, put that notification bell on. You don't want to miss out here on the Winner Circle YouTube. And, of course, these are the free picks. You want the best bets, our top plays, all the big cheese we like to move on. Head on over to gamblersworld.net. Now we got daily picks up, which are great, and we'll talk about those later on. Football, it's here. We got a Hall of Fame game under our belt. We got games coming up this Thursday. Early bird NFL football passes up, less than $25 a week. Go get it. Go get it. Doug and Chip get on me for telling you guys a quick coffee. All right. For the fatties, I'll say, because I always say, hey, you spend money at Starbucks. For the fatties, stop buying chocolate bars. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're going in there and getting muffins, whatever you're doing. We got a better way to spend $25, and it's right here, NFL Early Bird. Go get it. What's there to say? Everything through the Super Bowl. We still have our 3 738 guaranteed packages up, which are great now. College football's a couple weeks away, but preseason football, there's still outlier sports going on. We got the WNBA guys here. I don't want to knock that or the CFL. Everything included in 3 738 packages and are guaranteed. I see Doug today. The Monday Mauler is always up. Look at this, 13-1, 92.8% run on the Monday Maulers, 47-20. Look at this. Doug's rolling along in MLB. Plus, what do we got? A 3-pack up. So I guess today is a good day to get Doug's all-day pass for $69.99 because he's got 2 packages up. So go get that. Save yourself some money. But, Doug, trade deadline has come and gone. Some interesting moves, to say the least. Some teams, I don't know. The Twins, you moved 12 guys up from – I think they removed like 13 guys off their 40-man roster. You knew you got problems, but then you left Joe Ryan there. I don't know. I thought it was going to end up in Boston. I thought Boston would end up with a better pitcher. I don't know how we're going to be talking about the Cubs today. They get Soroka, but you couldn't go after like Hauser from the White Sox or somebody better than
Carson Kelly.
Soroka. Yeah, there's a good one. Kelly. How about Keller? How about Andrew Heaney? Somebody better pitcher. We saw the bullpens of some teams. The bullpens always get addressed, right? Because everybody's having some kind of breakout year, being excellent. Padres make another all-in move, 3 years in a row, kind of going for it. They smell blood in the water with the way the Dodgers have been playing lately. The Mets and Phillies say, I'm going to try to one-up you with our bullpen. Nice moves by them. And then the Yankees. They needed some help, right? You figured they'd go after a starter. Didn't get it. They got some offensive, defensive help, I guess, by picking up the kid from Colorado, but he's more of a defensive guy. Then they get the outfielder, a couple bullpen guys. This was going to be Chip's free play, and I think this is why Chip decided not to come in today because of his Yankees. I know he likes to fade the Yankees the way they've been playing. The Friday night game, we were talking offline about Tubi and other kind of weird apps we could watch movies on that are weird. You couldn't script that Friday night better for a Yankee fan, thinking we're going for it. Look at this. We got a nice lead. What can go wrong? Well, I'll tell you what. Every person you brought in, talk about spitting a bit, and then the icing on the cake. Take it away. Take it away. The icing on the cake in extra innings or bottom 9, whatever that was when they lost.
Yeah, they had the game 4 different times, I believe. All three guys, got bullpen guys. They got pitched right out of the box. Okay, and all 3 of them gave up runs. The outfielder they brought in from Tampa, I think it was. He has an error.
The Nationals. Where'd he come from?
The
Little League.
Yeah, the thing, it's funny that, so in Baseball Bites at gamblersworld.com, I wrote about Bednard and the other relievers and even McMahon with it, is that, all of those guys are coming from places where the scrutiny is pretty light. Okay. Pittsburgh, not too much. Okay. Some of these different spots, Colorado, what's the scrutiny there? They had 36,000 people to watch them play Pittsburgh on Friday night for a team like that, against a team like that. But yet, what I wrote down in the Baseball Bites is that, you change the team, but not everybody fits it to play for the Yankees. Not everybody has that right personality. And I'm not saying that these guys are going to be failures. I'm not saying that by any stretch, but their first opportunity, and that was on the road, they didn't get the job done. Okay. So that was sort of unique, but actually I think the Yankees did the best of what they could. I thought they did a good job. I think that I like the Mets and Phillies, especially the Phillies with the bullpen pickup.
Oh, Duran's good.
I mean, I just think that is great because their bullpen isn't great. And then so now the guys that were your top 4, now you move them 2 to 5. Okay.
Yep.
And that just changes the whole dynamic of the bullpen.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was a brilliant move. I think the Mets I like what the Mets did. The Twins, so what was funny, so they get rid of 3 starters. And if you count Harrison Bader, that's like 3.5. Okay. So they get rid of 3.5 starters. Their top 5 bullpen guys, not just any guys, their top 5 in best pitchers in the bullpen, all gone. And Joe
Ryan,
got rid
of the kid. They got rid of the kid who's like from St. Paul, he's not even eligible for arbitration for like 5 years. They got rid of a guy.
Yeah. And so, but then Byron Buxton came out and said, well, you know what? They couldn't trade me. It's like, well, who are you playing with, pal? It's like Kirby Puckett all over again. Joe Ryan and so Kirby Puckett and Byron Buxton. And so, the Twins. So I feel bad for their fans. Arizona, I thought Seattle did good in terms of what they did for them. Arizona, the one thing about what Arizona, and I only know this because it was talked about here, is that, they moved guys, which I think was the right decision. But if you look at their general core of players, okay, I'm talking about on the field and their youngest pitchers, none of them are bad. And supposedly the value that they got back is pretty good. So I look at this team as, they might not be very good for, now for a couple of years, but I would say no later than 28. I think that there's a real chance that they could be, again, competing for the NL West. And I don't care about the Diamondbacks. Trust me, I don't care at all.
They were in the World Series a couple years ago.
Right.
Now, Gallen, and listen, you started bad because the whole Montgomery and Rodriguez was hurt, and you guys were a little banged up. Gallen had a bad year. You traded Kelly, who's a free agent. You can get him back if you want. You got B. Fatty. You got Ryan Nelson, who looks to be improved.
Yep.
I'm shocked they held on to Eduardo Rodriguez. But you mentioned they still got Corbin Carroll and Kettle Marte. I mean, even Perdomo's not a bad player. You're right. Out there. It's not a bad little lineup. Where were you going? They could sit there and be like, we can hold on to these guys for what? To not even make the wild card? Get some guys back. You free up a little cash, whatever. You work inside your area.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I don't think this is. If Gallen bounces back, this is still a good team next year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he could. He's 29, so it's not like, it's not like it's seemingly he's not done. Okay.
Yep.
So, so I kind of, generally speaking, like what they did. And, in terms of, I thought the Cubs handled that poorly, especially with the talk. Okay. Cubs, hey, we're going to be, we're going to think of everything. Well, you know what? Talk is cheap. They did nothing.
Merrill Kelly goes to the Rangers. I mean, that's a team who's still fighting. They're out of the wild card hunt right now. They're not in it. I mean, they're making moves like that. They're not wasting their good seasons of Evaldi and DeGrom, right? That's who they got out there.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? Let's go. Let's try to get a third guy in here, and maybe we can will ourselves to 2-1 wins. And the Cubs can't do nothing when the Brewers out of nowhere just breathing down your throats with glue and duct tape.
Surpassed them too. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Brewers.
And
I was surprised though the Brewers didn't do something, especially in the bullpen side. I mean, their bullpen is okay. It's the numbers.
I can't believe they've won as many games as they have. I really can't.
Yeah, well, I said a couple times on the show. I think Pat Murphy's a very good manager. Okay, underrated manager. He, like Counsell, he's learned how to work under Counsell, learned how to work the bullpen. They have enough veteran players, and now they're healthy, and they have enough seemingly really good young players that are good, and they're starting pitching. I mean, you can say what you want. I mean, every year, the Brewers come up with guys. It's like Quinn
exactly.
Booth, Quinn Priester. Really? I mean, that's
just career years from guys like you're like out of the blue.
And they're good. I mean, the thing is, when you talk about the Brewers pitching, I don't care what you read. Okay, especially I love these sites that are out there looking at some regression. Okay, for this guy. Okay, but one thing they never talk about Brewer pitchers being in a regression situation because they're just good. They know how to pitch.
Crazy. Like I look at teams like Peralta, like, he's a nice little 3 guy behind Burns and Woodruff. That guy's like an ace. I mean,
yeah.
You get Priester. Who else they got? Katana. No, yeah, Katana's having a bounce back.
Out of nowhere. He was.
I've always liked him though. I always thought he was a good solid 3 or 4. He's gonna get. He's every year that guy's like 13-10 with like a 3.9 ERA. Like he's. I don't know why more teams don't like him. Like, okay, he's not a big sexy 1-2 guy, but he's not a back end terror where he's going to ruin you once a week.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too with Quintana though, if you follow his career, he always pitched better on better teams. when he was on weaker teams, he didn't pitch as well. Now, is that partly on him too? I think so. From a concentration.
All right, get me out of here. I'll start off. I'll start out 3-7. They'll trade me, and I'll go to a team on contender. I could. Thank goodness I'm around winners.
Let's see here. I was with the Angels, and now I'm with the Brewers. Let's see how'd that work out for me.
Yeah. How about one last one before we get into the games today? Bieber to Toronto.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know.
Talk about a flyer.
I guess he's coming off the IL in August.
Yeah.
So that's fine. They still need bullpen help, and that kind of showed up over the weekend. And even though San Diego made a lot of moves, you have the number 2 bullpen in baseball, and you pick up Miller. Where do you think that takes you?
Number 1.
Okay, so you're 8 games over 500. So that one. That a little bit of a mystery to me. Maybe even Sears.
At that point, they're thinking Darvish turns back the clock, Musgrave comes back, or Musgrove, Pavetta keeps dealing, Baggett. I don't know. Do you think they're going to start hitting? Right? They picked up some bats. At least they're going for it. I mean,
yeah, they go for it. I just the problem is like I've said before, and I think it was during spring we were talking about in the spring, and I've written about this in spring training the last several years. It's not a team of winners. They don't have the leadership to have winners on the team. Yeah. Guys that come through in the clutch. I'm not saying they don't come through at various points. I'm just saying guys with the attitude. Okay, I mean there's a reason why the Dodgers didn't keep.
It seems like the only time they have the attitude to come out on play is when they play the Dodgers.
Right.
Against lesser teams, it's like, whatever,
we're more than good enough. We'll handle this. We got this.
You know what I'm saying? Like you see them play the Dodgers tough, and they're fighting and they're ready to go. But against everybody else, it's kind of like, hey, we're San Diego, bro. Let's go surfing. Like it's kind of like laid back.
Yeah, kind of like the city, but I think it's the players' attitude. I think they're a little too cool for school, guys. That's what I think it is.
All right, 15 minutes of trade talk. People are probably like, really? That was a week ago. Let's get to the freebies. Here we go. Cubbies and the Reds. Your old town here, the Cubs again. We mentioned Soroka coming in here. 5-20 since 2023. The guy was out in baseball for 3 years. This is who the Cubs pick up. Another laughing stock. I mean, one team's adding extra bullpen guys, and a team that needs a starting pitcher goes out and gets something out of the Dollar General dumpster. What are you doing here? Lodolo has been fabulous. He's flashing his. This is why the guy was number 7 pick overall in the draft a couple years ago. He's been great. I mean, as the season progresses, he's just getting stronger and stronger. I mean, the whip is down, 0.93 last 7. Before that, it was like a .101, so it's actually getting better as he progresses through the season. I mean, I kind of like the Reds here getting the 120 spot because I got a better pitcher. We're kind of hot, right? We made some trades ourselves, the Reds, even though people are going to scratch their heads at what we did here. The lineup, we're still waiting to come around. We're talking about managers. They got a decent one there. I don't know, man. I hope the Cubs don't really choke down the stretch here, but why do I think it could very well happen? And it's going to start here with this guy on the hill. Give me Lodolo here. I like them. You're laying, what do we got here? A 145 here with this squad?
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's 145. Take back 125 the other way. Total's juiced. I don't know. I like the Reds.
I'm a huge Lodolo fan, and you can just see his confidence growing almost literally start by start. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing out there right now. Soroka, I don't know what you even say about that. 81 innings this year, 11 home runs given up, and 38 combined walks and hit batters. Okay. He's hit 14 batters. I mean, that's actually kind of hard to do.
Yes.
I
don't think George Kirby's walked 14 batters.
Yeah. My only reservation about with taking the Reds on the money line is, I mean, they still don't hit, and what you just said, if they start to hit, well, that was the word in spring training. If the Reds hit, and that's what I said, they have enough pitching to win the division. Yeah, it's August now, so maybe you might want to, think that this is who they are. So, and then by the same token, minus 180 on the standard run line for the Reds. That's a lot of extra to give out there.
That's a lot of juice.
So, I'm looking at, Soroka, when the line is 7 to 8.5 on the total, the teams he's pitched for most recently, 0-7. Home starts for him, the teams he's pitched for, 1-10. Lodolo on the standard run line is 7-0 on the road against a team that has a batting average of 255 or lower. So I'm going to take, you can go with the money line. I won't disagree with you. Run line's too high. I'm going to take the safe route. +1 at minus 33 with the Reds.
There you go. Official pick here. We are 52-51, by the way, with our free picks. Down a little bit. We had a great run, and then we've kind of shuffled, being 500 the last week or so. So we got to get back on track here before football gets underway, and we totally forget about it. Major League Baseball. Reds +1. Official pick here from Doug. Minus the 133. So I'm going to the Reds +1 minus 133. Here we go.
+1. I'm getting +1.
Yeah, +1 minus 133. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I might have misspoke. It happens. Believe me. They'll hit us in the comment section. You mispronounce something. They know they'll be in here. Don't you worry. They'll get us. They'll get us. Reds +1 minus 133 from Doug. This is his free pick. You saw he's on a nice 5-1 run. 3-pack is up. Monday Mauler's up at Gamblers World. Go get it. Make that smart money move. Build that bankroll. He's got. I'm guessing he's going to have some preseason football coming up too. So
this weekend for sure. Yes.
Today. There you go. All right. Next game here will be my game because again, we're going to say for poor Chip, he would have told you to take the Rangers because he's up in arms about the Yankees getting swept. How about that line real fast? Corbin plus, I mean, that's a 120 for him. He's getting 140 for free to 120. That's how far the Yanks have fallen, folks. That Corbin, this guy, people automatically faded him. Nope. I think he wins today. I think the Yanks beat him. I think they beat Fried. I think the Yanks are really, 20 years ago when Mike and the Mad Dog were still on a fan and talk shows were big, this Boone would have been fired a long time ago. He would have been out. He would have been. There's no way that Steinbrenner would have allowed that. He's been gone. Anyway, that's my Yankee kick for you guys. I got to kick the Yankees while they're down.
Well, see, I like the Yankees today.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I do. Well, start with Maxie Fried.
He's good.
He hasn't been as good of late, but he still leads the major leagues in wins. He's in the top 10 in the ERA, and Corbin. Congratulations to him, by the way, for 4 years. And the only reason he's still in baseball is because of his contract. Nobody wants to eat it, so that's the only reason baseball. So what does he do? Finally got And I'm gonna give Bochy and Maddox, Greg Maddox's brother Mike, credit for this. Is You know what? I'm not sure. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure Mike Maddox is still the pitching coach. I think he might have retired. Anyways, whatever in Texas, they changed things up. They got him to drop the four-seam fastball, which was like batting practice, and he added a cutter, and so it's turned his whole career around. Now, but Texas offense, I mean, they're 29th in on-base percentage. 29. This team, other than the 2 months that they had in 2023 in September and October, that's been it. And they got, like Atlanta, they got a ton of guys that are either in their prime or approaching their prime, and these guys can't hit. Now, the Yankees really miss Aaron Judge, but I think the Yankees win tonight 4-3 or 3-2. I'm taking the Yankees. And if you and Chip want to go that route, that's fine. I'm good with it.
I'm just saying, I don't know what Chip's got. I definitely like the.
Oh,
you
know what he'd have. Yeah.
Again, you mentioned the Rangers hitting. Yes, add the Braves to that. Who else? I mean, we could add Seattle to that. We could talk about the Padres. We could add to that lineup. I mean, you have teams and big names. You think, why can't you hit? It's crazy. I don't know. Lower the mound? Who knows? I don't know what the answer is. All right, Dodgers and the St. Louis Cardinals. You saw St. Louis kind of give a quasi sell-off. You figured something, Gray or Palante or Mikolas, you figured to get rid of some of these 30-year-old starters. They didn't. They held on to him for whatever reason. Not sure why. Held on to Oriando, and he goes right to the disabled list. They're catching a big chunk tonight from the Dodgers here. So you got Glasnow laying 190, and it is a tough spot for LA, right? You're coming back from Tampa Bay. St. Louis was just in San Diego. I got Glasnow, has not been that bad since he's come back. He pitched in April. He said, you know what? Wait a second. I can't pitch in April because I don't like to pitch about 20 games a year. So let me go, take a break. Comes back in July, 4 starts, not bad. 5, 6, 7 innings, 5, 6, 12 strikeouts. He had a bad outing his last game there versus the Reds, got him. But that was, but we saw the Reds kind of reel off some wins there. So we talk about streaks, right? Teams get hot, teams get cold. We saw the Tigers be terrible for a while. We saw Cleveland win 10 in a row. We see the Dodgers have a bad run. We saw the Pirates have 6 straight shutout wins. I'm not too concerned about one thing like that. Sonny Gray, though, and I liked him. I think he gets a bad rap when he was with the Yanks. He won games. He was decent. But he just falls apart at the end of the year, whether he's 29 or 35. That calendar starts turning to June and July and May, August. Here comes the summer months. Look at his – he had a 3.36 ERA end of June. It was 4.38 at the end of July. His ERA went up a full run. And listen, we talk about ERAs. We're like, we don't get too carried away with those because you got a skewed game. Yeah, that is in April where your ERA runs. Right. Not in July when you have 100-something innings under your belt. He has not been good. 7.81 ERA this month. 6.5, 3.3, 5.5 runs allowed. Are you kidding me? This screams to me a Cardinal spot. Cause short travel and the Dodgers, again, they're scuffling themselves, right? They've had issues. Betts isn't all that great this year. Freeman, Ohtani's been terrible on the hill. No Muncy, they have issues. I can't even at a 150 spot, I can't even do that. I thought about the run line. I can't even go that route because I'm torn on how they're going to show up here. I'm going to go under, believe it or not. I know as bad as he's pitched, it's a spot where I think the travel helps them. And the Dodgers 0-9-1 their last 10 games to the under. So they're getting pitching. And here's another team. Problems hitting. Texas, Seattle. Who else we get thrown to the loop? Well, let's throw the Dodgers into that. 9 unders the last 10 games. And a push. Under 8 runs for me, Doug.
All right. Everything you said, I agree with, which is why it chased me off altogether, and I went the prop route. Okay, so I got 2 of them for you. Okay, Glasnow over under 6.5 strikeouts. Since he's come back, 3 of his 4 starts were unders. In those, St. Louis is number 7 in fewest strikeouts in baseball. Okay, and they've been consistently good all year because I looked it up. I took it from the first of the year, and since June 1st. They're 7th in both cases. So I'm going to go under Glasnow for 6.5 strikeouts. And then Sonny Gray. Okay. Sonny Gray, his hit number is 5.5, which based on recent performances, get this, in his last 13 innings, he's given up 30. That's 3 hits, 30 hits in 13 innings. So to Sean's point is why the ERA's gone up. I think that kind of explains it all.
Yeah.
And besides that, now the only thing is besides it, so it's 5.5, and then the over is plus 105. Okay, so from a value standpoint, that seems really good. And the only reason to me that doesn't happen is they think that he's not even going to last like 3 innings.
Yeah.
Okay, and give up 5 hits, 2 of them are home runs, and it gives up 5 runs and they pull him out. But that is not what they've been doing. They almost universally let him pitch 5 innings, no matter, just to get his pitch count up so they don't have to use the bullpen. So I have no problem backing over 5.5 hits for Sonny Gray, and I'm getting plus money to do it. So all the better.
Over 5.5 hits, going a little off track. I love Doug doing the player props. Sometimes you got to, though. Especially, we talked about this. I don't know if it was with you guys or when I was with Matt Fargo before the trading deadline. July and August, these lines, and I wasn't expecting a 190 here from this lineup here, because the Dodgers, I don't think, should be favored these kind of lines. But again, here we are with these crazy lines. Teams trade, teams give up, they wave white flags, and all of a sudden you get these huge inflated kind of lines. And I mean, you and me both, we're not really going to jump into telling you to lay 190s or 215s and stuff like that. You got to find a different way to attack it. I like this route. Great over 5.5 hits for plus money. Are you kidding me? 7.81 ERA, folks. Terrible month.
And he pitches much better at home than he does on the road.
Besides. Yeah, his road ERA is bad. What I see, I want to say it was 5 something on the road.
Yeah.
Where was it?
And that's for the season, not recently.
Yeah. That's exactly. That's a season long number for him. And again, you look at it, it's like, okay, it's a nice 10 wins, it's decent overall. Now you break it down, he's been just falling apart down the stretch here. It's 584 on the road. Yeah, there it is. 584 on the road.
Yeah, well, and the problem is, like with guys like him, I mean, this has just been a thing in baseball for forever. When a guy that is 6 feet tall is pitching later in the season, he just wears down. Yeah. I mean, your body type is. I mean, there's a reason they've always looked for 6'4", or now in today's game 6'4", 6'5". You know, there's a reason, because theoretically your body holds up better. Okay, obviously it doesn't. That's not always the case, but there's a long track record of history, especially in the last 20 years. Guys that are 6 feet tall or thereabouts, they just don't hold up. You know, in terms of effectiveness. He's
an all-star pitcher first half of the year. He's going to give you're there all the time with him. A 3, sometimes sub 3 ERA, maybe a 3.5. You'll be in every single game, and if you're hitting, you're going to chalk up wins for the guy. But here we go. That calendar starts getting longer. And again, like I said, it happened when he was 29. It's going to happen when he's 35. He's not getting younger. He's not getting stronger. Again, these are the free picks. Under 8, St. Louis Cards for me. Reds +1 -133 from Doug. Free picks only. Our best bets are at Gamblers World. I mentioned Doug's got his Monday Mauler in a 3-pack. I got a 3-pack up. I've been on a nice little run with Major League Baseball lately. I said it was going to take a little while. I said, I was kind of scuffling along. We're into the plus money now. That's keep it going. Keep it going there. Again, best bets at gamblersworld.net. You see it, 3-pack, Monday Mauler, best bet. Go get it. Gamblers World, we're talking baseball. It's football. We got more previews coming out. We've got a few. We'll be releasing some more. You don't want to miss out on those. Preseason football will be posted pretty soon for those who want to get down early for Thursday and Friday action, and Saturday and Sunday and Monday preseason football action. Well, here we go.
And who doesn't want to get down early on a preseason game? I mean, geez, that just seems like the wisest thing you could possibly do.
I got to tell you, I have people see it on Friday here. I got the Colts +1.5. They are now a 3.5-point favorite.
Okay, so you got a +1.5. Okay,
that sometimes they move these lines. Sometimes they move.
But not always the right way though. Too, by the way.
No, I could be on the wrong side of that for sure.
No, I'm not saying you. No, I'm talking about.
I will say a Seattle Seahawk -125 I have is now Seattle +3. So you can definitely be on the wrong side of a move. It happens.
It's just that. Well, that's the outcome. I'm just saying that from the public standpoint, in terms of betting, it's just especially. I have I got some information over the weekend. Unfortunately, I can't share it because I was told it confidentially. But the backing line moves of 3 or more points in the preseason is not beneficial to you as a gambler. Let's put it that way.
Oh, after the fact or beforehand?
No. Like by the 24 hours before the game, okay, or less. 24 hours before the game or less. If from the original line, if it moves 3 points or more, it's not always in your best interest.
Oh, at that point, the line is gone. You can't even get involved in that game. You got to go the other way. You got to be like, I'm getting away from this thing.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they either follow the public or they're trying to think that it's sharp money coming in, and
no, and that's not even the case. A lot of these moves, they move early because somebody hears something, and then it's like somebody that the books kind of respect, like, wow, okay. Where for all intents and purposes, this person could have, talk about the Colts game, he could have liked it at the one, be like, you know what, all right, I like it here. He moves a bet, then all of a sudden it goes crazy. He's gonna come back on the other side.
Yes.
Instead of being favored by one, now I'm getting 3. Thank you. It cost me $1,000 or $2,000 to move your line 3 points, and now I could hit it double up and make money taking the way I really want it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like preseason, but it's not like I'm going, balls to the wall, unload on games. You just kind of see how they go, and it's more of rotation, who I think's quarterbacking, and the coaches say.
Yeah, it's far less predictable going to 3 games from 4.
Yeah,
because there was a natural rhythm to the preseason before.
Yep.
Now with the teams playing so many scrimmaging against other teams so much, that's really where the coaching part of it comes in. It's not the games anymore. The games just are played for exercise. The rest of it, and some guys trying to keep jobs. The real thing in terms of the coaching, what all the coaches are looking at, appears in the scrimmages, and that's how they're looking at their team against other teams.
Yeah. You had a Hall of Fame game, which was great because in that next game, whoever lost, you're jumping on them. Like, you know what? They got a game under their belt. They kind of know how to play. They're going to come out a little more focused to get a win and then have a week off. Now you can't even do that anymore.
No,
you can't. The other team's like, these guys got to get reps. I got to see what I have here. It's definitely tougher bet.
And I wonder if it will all but disappear once they go to 2 games in terms of betting. I shouldn't say disappear. I think it'll just be it would. I wouldn't say preseason baseball or an NBA or something like that. I just think from a betting standpoint, it just becomes much worthless.
Yeah, two I would definitely not be in. I couldn't even do 2 games. Here you think you have a shot because coaches are going to talk their talk, and you kind of just know from betting football, like, all right, this is what should happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but 2 games I'd be out of. I'd be like, you know what? Hey, it's a nice week to rest up. Not worried about it. I'll worry about, do a deeper dive into college football or something the first week of August.
Yeah. Coaching is, to me, it has been a long time, the coaching and the coach's attitude about the preseason. That is the number one thing to me about betting August football, professional football.
Oh yeah.
It's the coaches. I don't care. I'm not even that concerned about the quarterbacks unless it's something really crazy.
No, it's who's gonna care? Who's the next nose guy?
What's the coach's intent? Look at Harbaugh for years. How much money did all of us make following Harbaugh over a 6-year period?
Yeah. He was undefeated for like 4 years in a row, just undefeated.
Yeah. So
that window's gone now. That was not like that. That window's closed. You can't just jump on and think it's going to happen now.
Right. And I think his attitude has changed too. I think that's the other part of it. So before it was must win to set the right tone, and they always got off to great starts. Now it's like, okay.
Now it's like we got to stay healthy because now we got to win a Super. Now I got something to worry about in January. I don't have to worry about winning 10 games. I got more bigger fish to fry than our attitude. The attitude's fine. We're going to the playoffs. We got to get over the hump. I don't worry about August anymore.
Yeah.
Let's worry about January.
So,
all right, listen, we rambled enough about everything here. Reds -1, -133. Dodgers Cardinals under the 8 is your free picks. Doug, good luck to you. I'll see you again. Folks, thanks for watching. Comment section open. Your thoughts, preseason, baseball, whatever, hockey. Put it in there. Take it easy. Good luck. Bye-bye.